You've seen this before in terms of Indian leaders coming to Washington. Is this, as some suggest, a meeting where the two leaders now need to build a personal equation which goes beyond just the ticklish issues that they will confront? How important is the building of a personal chemistry between Prime Minister Modi and President Biden for the relationship to be taken forward? Or do you believe there's so much of bipartisan consensus that individual differences or individual personality clashes won't matter?
Well, firstly, I think that the relationship has acquired institutional strength and is propelled by an increasing convergence of strategic and economic interests between the two countries, as also a comfort level because of shared values. So I think those are the key factors propelling the relationship. If there is good chemistry between the leaders, it certainly helps. But if you take a look at the Biden administration, then they are focusing on grand strategy and the challenge posed by China. And in evolving their strategy, they have come to the conclusion that India is a key partner for them in this process in Asia, not only because of our shared values, but also because of our shared strategic concerns and the fact that we could be, one of the largest economies in the future. So I think that personal issues and those kind of things are not going to dictate what the relationship is going to be like. And certainly the US has made it clear that it prioritizes this aspect in terms of defining its relationship with India.
China is the big word, the elephant in the room, Amitabh Mattu, because this is going to be followed in an hour or two by a meeting of the Quad, which will include Australia, Japan, and the United States and India. And there are already suggestions from the Chinese that this is a clique which is being built to try and target China. Is that the elephant in the room at the moment, you believe? And is that significant that the theater, in a way, of the Indo-US relationship is shifting from South Asia to the Indo-Pacific region? I think you're on mute, Amitabh.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, Rajdeep, I think in grand strategic terms, this moment is as significant as the letter that George Kennan wrote when he wrote under Mr. X that there's a Cold War in Europe and suggested a policy of containment then. But we are at that defining moment. China is no longer something that we can hide. China is the greatest present danger to American hegemony, also to stability in not just the Indo-Pacific, but across Asia, across Europe. And the convergence, the values can come and go, but the convergence is basically on strategic interests, which is in containing China. Now, everyone will say, don't say containment, say engagement. We are engaging as well as containing, but let's be clear. We are trying to prevent a belligerent, hegemonic, potentially aggressive superpower like China from really exercising its might in the Indo-Pacific region in a way that will hurt Indian interests and American interests. We're getting together, and that's why Australia and Japan, and we're having the first Quad meeting. Otherwise, Australia and India have had common values for 50 years, but we didn't get together because there wasn't a convergence of interests. So this convergence of interests beyond trade, beyond democracy, beyond federalism is dictated by Xi Jinping's decision to declare China as having arrived and act aggressively across the world. That's the basic message of this summit. It doesn't matter whether Joe Biden and Modi get together. Joe Biden it's not the personal charisma that will matter. Joe Biden is not the most alert leader on the world stage. I'm glad that Prime Minister Modi met Kamala Harris because that's an equation that will work for the future. What's important is that the systems, the institutions, the countries all recognize the great threat from the East, and that's China.